Okay. All right, I think I'm back. You guys see it now? You guys, hopefully you guys can see now. Okay, good. I got a phone call, and then all of a sudden, my phone starts buffering and it starts tripping. All right, we're back here now. Now, what I'm seeing is that, the spirit is really heavy on a lot of people. And I got a video. It's this, I want to say Evangelista Anita something. I've been subscribed to her for years, okay? And what was crazy was that she did a video, I want to say yesterday, and I just kind of like, the title seemed interesting, so I jumped on it. And she's just going hard on how all of these churches are all lying. All of these churches are just lying to the people. These pastors and priests are just lying about everything. And I'm just like, I was like, they're sitting here, tripping about, just finally admitting how all these churches are just a bunch of liars and how they're leading the people astray. And I was like, damn. I was like, all of a sudden, people are just coming out and talking about how these churches are just full of it, how they've been leading people to hell, how they've been overtaken by the devil and things like that. And I'm like, wow. I said, crazy. But then she goes on and starts talking about how God is going to do a whole lot of killing right now. I was like, really? I said, it's all of a sudden, so she's talking about how, she's like, well, if you don't believe that God actually is going to kill a lot of people, she starts going into scripture about how the Most High, and the flood of Noah killed all these people. And she starts going through all these different examples of how the Most High ordained, his people to kill and destroy all these different people. And she's like, well, all these people are just talking about love, love, love. Like, God wouldn't do that because God's a God of love, and he wouldn't kill people. And this, that. And I'm like, see, we've been talking about this kind of stuff for years. We've been bringing out how the Most High, the man of war, he creates good and evil. He kills. He has us, he's all about that destruction. So it was just like, all of a sudden, she's been hardcore into Christianity and this and that. She's full on coming out about the churches, being a bunch of liars. And then she's talking about how God's about to kill a whole bunch of people. And that's exactly those kind of things that our people have been bringing out. The Israelites have been bringing out. They've been bringing out the other side that the other nations have been hiding. They think, that he's that soft white Jesus that they've been pushing this whole time. And it was just like, that's that spirit. She said she had a dream and she had a spirit, and it came on her like in 2018, but it really got hard. It got really heavy on her in 2019. Which, okay, 2019, the end of the 400 years. I said, so you got to just start to make these connections. I said, between when they're saying these certain things, the Most High, put it on her spirit to really start to feel these certain things in 2019, because that was the end of our 400 years. And I said, and then this other brother, I think, sent me this other guy who's talking about Second Esdras and how you need to use, Revelations and I'm sure what other book he was talking about, Revelations, Second Esdras, and one of the other books. And you have to put them all together in order to get a good understanding of end times prophecy. And I'm like, now they're starting to use here a little, there a little, using different books, and in order to be able to bring the understanding to end times prophecies. But see, these churches and a lot of these Hebrews are like, no. Don't use any other books. Just use the ones that my daddy gave you, Satan. Just use that one, because that's the ones he's approved, and that's the only ones that we're going to read, okay? That's what we do here. We only read what Satan approves for us. And if you got to try to read anything else, I'm going to use all the different things I could actually use against the Bible. I'm going to use it against the other books. I said, so that's, the hypocrisy of it all. I said, we can use all those same things with the white man's book and this and that, and the white man's, did this to the Book of Mormon, and I think we can say the white man did a bunch of things to the Bible too. He's had our books for hundreds of years when we were serving our punishment. So while we were serving our punishment, they've been manipulating everything. I said, they've manipulated absolutely everything. So you think that they've really given us all of the information in the Bible? You don't think that they've actually messed with any of the information in the Bible? I mean, come on, man. I said, this is being very disingenuous. But see, now we seeing our Father work. I'm seeing him, actually the guy I went to another video he made, and he was talking about the dividing of the lands. And he was in, I want to say Jubilees 8, and he was reading about, and it's a movie, it's a video he did about 6 months ago, and Shem's lands and, Ham's lands, and Japheth's lands, and how there was a curse by anyone that went and took over someone else's lands. And he goes, and that's why they hit it, because that's what they've been doing, is going over and taking all these other people's lands. And so they hid that. I'm like, man, we've been teaching this kind of stuff for years. We did those teachings a couple years ago. But see, now the Gentiles are like, I'm sure they're hearing it, and now they're trying to bring it out as if it's something new, and they brought it out. So, but this kind of stuff the Most High gave us years ago to talk about. But there's something I wanted to share for the title. I wanted to brag on my power for a little bit, because something happened yesterday, and I wanted to share with the nation. Okay, yesterday I had a doctor's appointment. Had to go to my ophthalmologist, and I'm like, man, before all this sickness came on me, I didn't even know what the hell an ophthalmologist was. I've heard of an optometrist, I said, but I've never heard of an ophthalmologist before. But when my vision started going and everything else, I had to go to an ophthalmologist. And, the Most High guided me to really good doctors and ophthalmologists. I try to go where Esau and the Gentiles go. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna try to go to the best if I can, if I can get there. Most High blesses me with that opportunity. Okay. So, we don't know about Most High marring me, and me bringing out the Book of Mormon, me being marred, but the Most High was going to protect me and restore me, right? Okay, so yes, I have lost a lot of weight, yes. But what happened was I went to check in with the secretary, and she said, I can't believe how much you've healed in such a short amount of time. I said, really? I said, okay. She goes, you know what? I've never seen anyone heal as fast as you have. I've never seen it as long as I've worked here. I've never seen anyone heal like you. I've never seen anyone heal as fast as you have. She goes, because last month, I couldn't see. Last month, my wife, I was being led around by my wife. I was holding my wife's arm, and she's walking me around everywhere. So she's walking me around inside of, the ophthalmologist's office, and I couldn't, I can't see. I can't go anywhere by myself. I can't see anything. And so she's just astounded at like how much I've healed in such a short amount of time. And she said, like I said, I've never seen anything like that as long as I've worked here. And I said, you know what? I said, all praises to the Most High. I said, it's a beautiful thing. And then I went ahead and have a seat, and then went to the doctors, and everything was really well. It went really well. But it was just more confirmation that, she didn't have to say anything, but the Most High made her speak, made her tell me that she's never seen anything like what she saw happen with me. Because yesterday I actually drove myself to the doctor's office and went in and, doing all the stuff by myself. And she's just like, I've never seen that before. And it's funny because even when I was leaving, I got to leave, check out with another lady. And she's like, oh, can you see better? I said, yeah, everything went fine with your surgeries. And I said, yeah, I can see great. But she said it again like the second time. And I'm like, well, are people not supposed to get better after they have surgeries or whatever else? And, I was just kind of thinking that to myself. But then when the lady said that yesterday, like, I've never seen anything like that before. And she works in an ophthalmologist, practice. So she sees stuff all the time, but she's never seen anything like that. And that's why I wanted to say, all praises to the Most High, and thank him so much for restoring me. And like I said, it's just an absolutely wonderful, beautiful thing, and that's why I wanted to make the live and wanted to bring that out, because that was what I wanted to share with the family. And, when I was going through all of this, I told the Most High, I said, if you restore me, or when you restore me, I said I'm going to have a live. Well, I'm going to share, my testimony with the nation. As you can tell, I'm very private with many things, and many of you didn't know what I was going through. You just know I was probably doing things different, but you didn't understand why or what was going on. But thank you for praying for me, family, and everything. And and I'm sure, like I said, everyone's seeing the Most High working in their lives, and it's just an absolutely beautiful thing. I said it's an absolutely beautiful thing, and for her to say that, like I said, it just showed me that was the Most High confirming the promises that He's already made to me. And I know He's making the promises to our nation as well, and how He's definitely going to be restoring His people. And you see now, like a lot of the Gentiles, like I said, they're seeing our videos, they're seeing the Most High working with us, and they're trying to bring this information out. But again, they're trying to do it how? On their own terms. They're trying to bring it out on their own terms. And that's not how it's going to work. I said, I got another video sent to me, some Indian dude from India, I think, or Pakistan, one of those places. And he's totally talking about, how we're in the middle of a pandemic, and, and that the Most High has protected His people. And an example of it is in, when we were in Egypt in Exodus, and how the Most High protected us, in the midst of pandemics and all these things, and how He's going to do that again because, He had a covenant with His people, and this, and that. Now, see, He still has, and that's the thing, He still has a covenant with His people, but the world wants to think that they can just kind of slide in the covenant however they want. They think that they can slide in however they want, and that's not how this is going to work. The Most High said, yeah, you can come in and you can be part of the covenant, but you're going to do it under the Most High's auspices, the way He has set things up. The Most High has set up, the Most High has set this up the way He wants to break things down. And what did He say? The people who bless Israel, He's going to bless. That's what He said. He says, you don't get to say that, oh yeah, well, they had a covenant, and that's why the Most High, protected them during the time of, the 10 plagues and in Egypt and everything else. And that, what, since He did that with them, we're going to make up our own. We have a covenant too. We got a covenant with the Most High. I said Jesus. So I got all the covenants. I got everything. So, He's going to protect me too, because I said Jesus, right? No, man. I said, that's not how this works. The Most High said, you're going to have to accept the Most High in truth. You're going to have to accept His people in truth. You're going to have to cleave to His people. That's how this is going to work. It's not going to work the way you guys want it to work. Yeah, it'd be really nice to be able to say, I don't have to admit all the bad things that I've done, the bad things that have happened to Most High's chosen people, and I can just say, you know what, hey, me too. Mr. Me Too again. It doesn't work like that. I said, you guys are going to have to get down with our power. You're going to have to worship our power. And you're going to have to cleave to the Most High's chosen people. And you're going to have to listen to the Most High's chosen people. Cleaving doesn't mean, hey, we're going to debate this. We're going to debate what the Most High says. No, we're not going to debate anything. Cleave or leave, exactly. And that's how it's going to be. It's not going to be, the way you guys have had it, because you guys have been on top. You guys haven't been like, hey, what's your guys' opinion, black people? You haven't been asking us what our opinion is. You haven't asked us to break down anything, right? You guys haven't asked us for anything. You guys have set up your churches. You set up your doctrine. And it's pretty much, if you guys don't like the way we set up our churches, then get the hell up out of here. That's what you guys have been telling us, right? Right? That's exactly what you guys have told us. So why in the hell would it be any different now when the Most High raises up His people? It's not going to be, hey, we want you guys, the Gentiles of Coed, come on over here. You know what? You guys come on. Hey, what's your guys' opinion on, you think we're going to ask you guys for your opinion on anything? Hell no. We don't care about your opinion. We follow the Most High. We do what He says, and that's it. See, you guys are used to being in charge, and that's what you guys are used to. You guys are used to being in charge, and used to thinking that your opinion matters, and it doesn't. It doesn't matter, because the Most High has set up everything. He already knew everything's going to happen from the beginning to the end. So, see, you guys set it up where you guys only cared about the opinions of the other Gentiles because you guys were Psalms 83. You guys are all Confederate. Our opinion meant nothing because we're the true Israelites, and you were trying to hide everything about us anyways. And now you got all these supposed Hebrew Israelites that are actually doing your dirty work for you. They're still pushing 80 books only, which is really a Gentile Psalms 83 dogma. They are the ones who are pushing Africa only. We all came from Africa. Again, Psalms 83, doctrine, dogma. That's all Psalms 83. That's why, when I looked at that Boule video, okay, and it was talking about how all these guys were set up from UBTV, when all these guys were set up, and what were they all set up to do? They were all Confederate with what? Going back to Africa. Going back to Africa. They're all Confederate with that. Okay, so who set all that? Who set them up? Ish. Who was giving all that money? Ish. So, like I said, you got all these people who are set up. They look like us, but all skin folk ain't our kinfolk, right? So they're pushing Africa, Africa, Africa. Get these guys off of our lands. Okay. I don't know why you got some people saying it's buffering. Maybe it's buffering for them. I don't think it's buffering for a lot of other people, but that's what's been set up. So now you got same thing happening right now. Most High is bringing out more words, more of our writings, more of our understanding. They can't contest with it. They can't prove it wrong. So what do? All right, man, let's go ahead and send one of these guys out here again. Send out one of their Negroes out here again to attack. They're not attacking the books or the information. They're attacking the Mormon religion. What the hell does the Mormon religion have to do with the Book of Mormon? Nothing. I've already called you guys a bunch of Catholic Hebrews because, you follow the Catholic Church. But have you done anything to prove us wrong? No. You still continue to follow all of the Catholic doctrine. So, therefore, if you're following all the Catholic doctrine and you're not bucking the system, then you are part of the system. I mean, you really got to look at it like that. If someone's not bucking the system as far as being us Hebrew Israelites, then you're part of the system. If you're not bringing out anything new, see, the Most High said at the end, he was going to bring out what? New information, more wisdom, more knowledge. Now, if you're just regurgitating the same things over and over again, then you're not bringing out anything new. You're still doing the exact same things that they told us for the last few hundred years. They told us that we're all from Africa. None of us were here. These are not our lands. This is the only book this is all, these 66 books, that's all the words of God. He didn't say anything else. So you're not doing anything new. But then the fact that Most High has given us the knowledge, understanding to bring out more information, all of a sudden now we're an apostate movement or something like that. Even though we use plenty of other books as well, not just the Book of Mormon. There's plenty of other books. There's been a lot of historical books. It's something you got to think of also. It's like, okay, hold on. If these books are null and void and they don't mean anything and whatever else, then how come when I might first buy a book, I bought the Christopher Columbus book. I think I got it for like $60. And I did a couple of videos talking about, the Christopher Columbus prophecies and things like that. And all of a sudden the book shoots up to $4,000, $5,000. Why in the hell would a book that is just a bunch of garbage and a bunch of lies shoot up to $4,000 or $5,000? See, anything that they want out is pretty much free. Any information that they want to be disseminated between the masses is usually really free and very easy to get. They'll give you Anne Frank books. They'll give you books about slavery. Anything that supports their narrative, you can get that stuff cheap and free. But you start getting into some more deeper concepts, all of a sudden those books become super expensive. Why is that? If everything we're saying is just a bunch of BS, and we're just a bunch of stupid dudes on the corner that, or in our, on our computers, then why would this stuff be so expensive? See, when I first bought that Christopher Columbus Prophecies book, they sent me the wrong book. And, it was on purpose. There was no accident. They sent me a book that was $15, and it was some book that was kind of talking about the book of prophecies. Okay, so I'm like, all right, well, most I'm sure you want me to get this book. It was $15. So I did a couple of videos on that where you could easily see, because once I got the book of prophecy, you could easily see where they were cutting information off, and they were changing, they were cutting off stuff that Columbus was saying in order to fit their narrative. All of a sudden, I make a couple of videos on that book. That book goes from $15 to over $1,000, and it's some little tiny book of like 100-something pages, not much information, whatever else. Why in the hell is that book now over $1,000? And I did that video a couple of years ago, and I went and looked at it a couple days ago to see how much it was. It's still over $1,000 if you can find it at all. So if these books have no validity, why in the hell are they so expensive? Why are they so hard to get? See, the Most High knew that they were going to hide all this information. Why is this? Because Psalms 83, Most High knows the beginning from the end. The whole world is confederate to hide our information. They're confederate to hide the fact that Columbus knew that he was fulfilling prophecy when he came here. He was not looking for Asia, or the way that people think it is, like China. We know that there's different Asias, okay? He knew he was coming to where the 10 tribes were. He knew he was going to be fulfilling prophecy. He knew all that. But see, they don't want, this is what they're all confederate. They're all confederate and making sure that people don't realize that their actions that they've been doing, since 1492, have all been part of the fulfillment of prophecy. That's what they don't want people to realize, that they've been fulfilling prophecy since 1492. That they were brought here to be the whooping stick of the Most High to the Most High's chosen people. And the whole world is confederate. The whole world knows it. The whole world knows that we're the Israelites. The whole world knows that since 1492, they've been fulfilling the prophecies in the Bible. Did the devil have a short time? Yeah, he has a short time, since 1492 all the way till now. See, they want to make it sound, oh no, this is things going to be happening in the future. But we understand what's going on. Prophecy's been going on. But like I say, you don't hear the churches talking about all the prophecies that have been going on since 1492. They don't talk about that. Why? Because they're all confederate to not tell the truth. They'll all tell you about how all these things are going to be fulfilled in the future, but not one of them tells you, hey, you know what? 1492, Columbus coming over here, death of all the Israelites, the natives that they call our aborigines, that was all part of fulfilling a prophecy. They're not talking about any of that. Why is that? Because they're all confederate. Psalms 83, like I said, we don't realize how deep that Psalms 83 really is. That Psalms 83 is hella deep. And it goes on even to today. That's why you got these people who try to make these videos trying to discredit what we're doing here. Do you guys ever see me making videos trying to discredit other Hebrews? You guys ever see me making videos like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go. These guys are wrong. I'm gonna go after them. Nah, because if it's truth, the Most High will ordain it, and He will support it, and He will continue to bring it out. If it's not truth, the Most High will expose it. That's not my job. Not necessary. Now, if someone comes after me, once in a while, I might say something, whatever else. But that's not what I'm here for. Oops. That's not what I'm here for. Okay? I'm here to do what the Most High wants me to do, wants me to bring out, I'm going to be used for His purposes, and that's it. Not here for all the other stuff. You know, I said, because I don't know everything, and hey, our people are all being used for different things. I might not understand it, might not agree with how, you know, we're all being used, but you know what? But ultimately, the Most High is the one who decides who's being used and for what purpose. So like I said, I'm not here attacking other people or whatever else. But see, they think that, oh, you know, he's leading people astray. I'm gonna fix it. Okay, you keep thinking that, man. Because see, what I've seen now with the Most High is this. The Most High has me say things. He has me bring things out. I might not always understand why He has me do certain things, but, you know, I will do what the Most High wants me to do. You know, I'm a loyal soldier until the end. And then people will come out, talk all this madness, say all these things, but they really ain't saying nothing. You know, I said, you know, the Fugazi guys, you know, the Fugazi dudes that want to sit there and just talk all this mess, you know, and then eventually the Most High will then expose them for the hypocrites that they are. He will expose them for, you know, to show that where their heart really is. And it happens all the time. That's why, you know, most of them don't say anything. You know, I don't say anything about their walk. They don't say anything about mine. You know, I said, because if you really look, you said, you're going to see that the Most High has been working with me and doing that quite often, especially with people who have attacked me and things like that. So like I said, I don't waste time with that because I know the Most High is going to take care of it. The Most High's got this, and the Most High is going to take care of the information He has me bring out, and He's going to prove it right. Just like in the scriptures. You know, our men of the Most High, you know, and the women of the Most High would bring things out, and a lot of people would laugh and, oh, you know, this dude don't know what he's talking about. You know, he's going off, this, and that. And then, you know, our people would like just stand like, okay, all right, we'll see. And then the Father would prove them right all the time. All the time. I love that, you know, story with Elijah and the priest of Baal and Aaron. You know, hey, you guys can go first. You know, you guys go ahead and show out first. And, you know, the priests of Baal were trying to get that fire to come out of the skies, and it never came. And then when it was Elijah's turn, the Most High showed out for him. He's like, you know, get it real wet. Get all that water over there. You know, make it look real. I don't want this to, you know, to be any, I don't want anybody to realize, you know, to think this is a fluke, you know. And that's how the Most High has been working with us. You know, He's bringing out all this information and all this understanding. And these guys are trying to attack and say certain things. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. We'll see later on when the Most High exposes you and exposes the fact that, you know, you're just lying. You're just, you know, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because that's what He's going to do. He's going to expose all the liars. He's going to expose all the ones who have been sent against us from Satan. I say He's going to expose all of them because that's what the Most High does. And He's going to prove us right like He always does. Because that's exactly what He's been doing this whole time. But I'm going to let you guys go, family. I got a couple of appointments here to take care of. And it was great hanging out with you. And we'll definitely do this more often. And all praises to the Most High, Yahweh. The acknowledgement of the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.